It is still preparing. Takes a few minutes, and yes, we are live.
I see
Hello,
it.
everyone. Ladies, say hello to Facebook. Hi, Facebook.
Hello.
Hello, Facebook.
Welcome, everyone. We are calling all caregivers to. We're here talking about the Caregiving with Ease virtual summit that's coming up in 2 days. Ladies, can you believe it's here? It's here.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm
Me
excited.
too. Me too. Me too. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we have two of the amazing speakers who are going to be with you on this Caregiving with Ease virtual summit. Dr. Sunny Fridge and amazing coach Linda Jordon. Yay.
Hello.
So happy that you're here, ladies.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're just gonna give y'all a little teaser today because we want to make sure that you grab your free ticket to the summit, like not even after we finish this call, like right now, like almost yesterday, you should have been on this and gotten your
Yeah.
ticket. And so first question I have for you is tell us or tell the audience, what is it what are your thoughts about caregiving and why should they attend this summit? So we'll start with Linda and then we'll go to Dr. Sunny.
Oh, you're so kind. So what is it about caregiving that they should attend? Is that the question?
Yes. So care like what are your thoughts about caregiving? And then tell us why should they attend this event?
But so caregiving to me is something that's essential when you're talking about taking care of family or someone that you love and care about. It's essential because everybody needs someone when they are not feeling well or in time of need. And particularly about my situation, taking care of my daughter when she was ill, it wasn't something I had to even think about. It was just an automatic reaction to something that I have to do, I need to do. When my sisters were going through breast cancer as well as myself, it's just something that we know that you have to do when you love and care about someone so deeply. That's an automatic reaction. I think people should attend this event because, oftentimes we are in that position of caregiving and we may not remember or think of things that we need to, number one, take care of ourselves in the process of doing so, but it's an avenue to help people go through that process. Because oftentimes when you're taking care of someone, you can forget about things that you need to be doing, such as taking care of yourself. And so it's just a great opportunity for individuals who are caregivers to be mindful of those things, such as taking care of yourself. I wish when I was a caregiver that there was something like this available that would have allowed me to share some of those thoughts or feelings or stress that I was going through. And I was just, I have family and friends to talk to, but when you have other people dealing with the same situation, it's so different, and you can share that, and you just have this aha moment, and you can relax and feel better about it.
Yes.
It's amazing. Oh my gosh. I love the nuggets that you put in there. I mean, because it's like we're not going to battle alone. We
Right.
have the support, we have the right tools. Thank you so much, Coach Linda. That's awesome. And
You're
Dr.
welcome.
Sunny, your thanks. Dr. Sunny, tell us, what about you? What are your thoughts?
I come from a little bit of a different perspective because I am 1,000 miles away from my sister in New York. And that was my journey into caregiving when she suffered a stroke, the symptoms of a stroke during a FaceTime. And I'm like, oh my goodness, how am I going to get her help? I'm here in Mississippi. She's in New York. And long story short, she did get the help that she needed. Thank God for phones, smartphones, and we were able to get the help. But it allowed me to understand the power of technology, embracing technology, because you think that just because you're not in the same town or state that you can't help as much. And what I've learned over the last 2 years is that I can do my part to be part of a caregiving team. So it's a good thing. And therefore, who should come to this event? Well, First Lady Rosalind Carter said this: there are only four kinds of people in the world: those who have been caregivers, those who are currently caregivers, those who will be caregivers, and those who will need a caregiver. So we're all either have been there, done that, still doing that, or will do that.
Do that.
And why not be in a space where there are so many like-minded people who have been where you are or where you will be? You can get questions answered. You can get just support. I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to caregiving. You want support. You want to feel like you can help the person that most of the times it's a loved one, and you want to be able to help them. And right now, in times of uncertainty and this unprecedented moment, I've met so many colleagues who have become instant caregivers. And they never thought they'd be in that spot. So what can you do? Because if you haven't done it, you probably will. So we're going to be able to give people who come on some tips, some strategies, and just encouragement about taking this journey, because it can be very overwhelming for many people. I was fortunate. My sister recovered, back to work, found many support through other family members, through church members. If I could do it again, I would have a better strategy in terms of a list and phone numbers. Thank God now I have some apps. So anyone who comes will benefit.
Yeah.
Wow, Dr. Sunny,
Awesome.
that is awesome. You know, and you put a really great point. Is like there's all these different types of caregiving. Like you were caring from a distance. Coach Linda was caring right within the home.
Right.
And we're going to be talking about those different dynamics. And you also brought up a really big point of how right now is an unprecedented time for caregiving with the pandemic that's going on, with all, and it's not just about the people that have the maybe the physical issues, but also the mental, the emotional. It's just a lot going on right now. So our goal is to be able to support you with taking the pressure off, not adding to it, but taking the pressure off and making that burden light. And also showing them that, you know, it might necessarily be a beautiful blessing. So sometimes, you know, when we talked about in our Voice of Hope book that we were all authors in. If you haven't got your copy, there it is. Yes. Connect with one of us and we'll make sure that you will get your copy. And in that book, we talked about how caregiving was like, especially going through it, it was such a great burden. The weight was heavy. And it's almost like sometimes even difficult to be able to talk or express what's going on because you can be so overloaded. And what we found though, ladies, and you tell me if I'm right, was that there's a blessing and a glory on the other side of it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. And can you talk a little bit about how that caregiving journey, just a couple nuggets on how that caregiving journey actually became a blessing for you in your life journey, business and life, or life?
Linda, you want to go first?
Sure. I'd say in life, the caregiving journey just gave me a whole new perspective. I kind of knew that, you know, life was important, family was important, but it just puts a new perspective on that of how critical things are. And you just forget about everything else because that family member that you're taking care of, and for me, it was my daughter, that was more important than anything. I couldn't even tell you, you know, how I paid bills or anything of that nature because my focus was on her. And so, you know, we have a much stronger bond. We did anyway, but we have a much stronger bond with each other because life is short and we never know when, you know, someone will be taken away from you. So don't take anything for granted. And so that has been the biggest impact on my life personally. I try to make sure that, you know, if I don't talk to her every day, there's a text message or something, you know, just to touch base. But, you know, life is precious. And so we need to value and cherish that as much as possible. From a business perspective, it's just allowed me to think differently about my clients, potential clients. You know, I'm a lot more empathetic than I was before. And I think that has just been a blessing in disguise. So sometimes, we have to go through a struggle to see that there is light on the other side, and how can we help others in a different way of doing that.
That
Right.
was
I love
awesome.
that.
Thank you. Okay, Dr. Sunny, you go.
Yes, I mean, I love that. I agree. It's so much. I mean, if every time a loved one passed or someone that you love, so many people aren't here today. So many
Yeah.
people didn't wake up this morning, right?
Morning.
And life is very precious. It really, really is. And not only caregiving, but as you say, you learn that to make the moments count. You can make more money, but you can't always make
Yeah.
memories.
Right.
And from my sister and I, we got closer. We had a bucket list of trying to, well, that was before COVID, but we had a bucket list, and we got to travel places that we always wanted to go for Christmas. Her birthday's in December. So the last 2 Decembers, I've had a ball going places, and that's been wonderful. Also, it feels like everything that's happening right now feels like it could be a setback, but it's also an opportunity for your setback to become your setup for a comeback. And how will you show up? So business wise, for the new normal or the evolving normal, how do I help my clients? Linda and I are both John Maxwell coach, speakers, and trainers. So we're always trying to help people be their best version of themselves. And I imagine we'll bring the things that we bring to the table of making, like, what makes you happy and what doesn't make you happy, and what can you do that you might be able to farm out when it comes to doing your own business, so that you can do the things you love and the things that count and really matter when you look back and you say, wow, did I really serve my purpose? Did I really fulfill my destiny? So I just try to have an attitude of gratitude, because I hear Linda in her voice saying gratitude is important, being thankful. And I think most people already have an attitude of gratitude, but even more so being grateful for life, the gift of life, and being grateful for hope. Because if it wasn't for hope, a lot of us would give up. I mean, some people have had so many storms, in life, that if they look up, all they see is clouds, but we're looking for silver linings. And so if you're a caregiver and you're also an entrepreneur, in our book, we talk about ways to have that. I don't think we necessarily called it balance. What did we call it, Dr. Heather, in terms of making things work out? Harmony.
That's exactly right.
How do you get more harmony in your life every day? And I get inspiration. My situation wasn't like others. I mean, I can only imagine the challenges and that you would have gone through, Linda, with your, not just yourself, your daughter and your relatives. That's tough. And so you can empathize with so many more people. I don't want to make light of what I went through. I still was nervous for my sister, still am. She suffered COVID-19. That's scary for a person who already has issues, but thank God that she's still, going through. So many of us became caregivers. Another one of my family members, they had COVID as well. So, you have these caregiving moments, but now we've got to wear masks and gloves and we can't go places, and it adds to the stress. So how do you have harmony? Those are some of the things that we can tackle and talk to you about. And as far as technology, what could make your life easier, whether you live with your loved one or you're 1,000 miles away that's what we'll be sharing.
Yeah.
I love it. Listen, you heard it from the ladies, the amazing John Maxwell coaches right here. I totally forgot that both of y'all were, and it's great that we're on here together. I love it. I love it because it is about leadership. It's really about love, living, and leadership. So it's funny because I was talking with my assistant the other day, and we were like, I was telling her, it's not about another level living. It's about living at another level. And I'm like, ooh, good tagline, because that's exactly it. Like, money will come and go. But the people, the time, the moments that we have, the time that we have is very precious.
And
it is. I'm so excited. I just can't wait for the summit, y'all. Like, this is just the tip of the iceberg. So go ahead and make sure you grab your ticket. You've heard it from these amazing ladies, and much more is to come. And I wouldn't say a tip, Well, I guess you know what? There is no action. The only action that you can take after this is to go grab your ticket.
Take it.
And so we'll
Right.
see you at
Your
the
ticket.
summit.
Yeah,
See you
grab your
there.
tickets.
Hope to see you there.
Hope to see you there,
They will
ladies
be
and
there.
gentlemen. And we'll be there. That's right.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much,
We'll be
Dr.
there.
Heather. Thank you very much for your time and for being the leader of the book project that we did that was able to capture so many inspiring stories. There were a total of 12 caregivers, 12 was
12
it?
caregivers.
12
Yeah.
caregivers who each were either caring for a spouse, a loved one, a parent. Some one or two may not even have made it through, and they have stories to tell as well.
Right. That's
Because
true.
life
Yeah.
goes on, and what do you do? And I have elderly parents. I have a husband with PTSD, and you know, it's tough. It's tough. These times are
Yeah.
tough. They kind of
They are.
magnify your relationships with others. So if you're in a good relationship, it
Yeah.
gets magnified. But if you're in a bad relationship, it gets magnified too. And how do you
Yes.
reach out? I heard Michelle Obama on I guess she has a podcast now. I was ready to
Yes, she
interview her.
does.
Now maybe I'll have to ask, can she interview me? But she was talking about the levels of depression that go on right now. And for
Right.
many people who are caregiving, imagine how they could be feeling and must be feeling. And so, you know, it's not, you should reach out for support. And
You know,
that's what we can
Yeah.
help you with.
and it's interesting because, you know, I remember when I was in the thick of it, feeling trapped, alone,
Mhm.
isolated, confused, massively depressed, massively stressed out, massively overwhelmed. And then going through it, it's like what we go through, we grow through.
Boom.
Y'all, we
Right.
can't be telling them all this cool stuff that we're gonna be doing on this summit.
Okay, cut it.
All right, see you
Get the
later,
tickets,
Facebook
baby.
Live.
What
Get your
we're
tickets.
saying is stay tuned, but
Stay
wait,
tuned. There's a
more.
lot more to come.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Be blessed. God
Bye.
bless.
Thanks so much,
Bye.